Death. Death is the one thing everyone gets. I've been trying to come to terms with it for a very long time, and I just can't. My first funeral I remember going to was for my mom's best friend. He killed himself. Looking back on it, I guess you can say this was my canon event, because it was the first time that I ever even thought about death. As I sat there, I started wondering, why would anyone ever want to do this? Or, why was he so okay with it? And then I started to get older. All throughout my 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade years, I wondered what happened after death. As a kid, I came up with a lot of fantasy ideas. It helped me get over it and stopped me from thinking about it for a little. I didn't have many friends growing up either. I never had friends to come over to my house to hang out. I wish I did though, because I think that if I did, then I wouldn't have had so much alone time with my thoughts. After elementary school, I moved and lost all my friends. Then middle school started and I had no one while everyone had their friends from elementary school still. I hate to admit it, but I was jealous. By the end of the year, I only made 2 friends and got my first girlfriend. It didn't last long, but she was cool. That summer was one of my favorites because that one friend I made allowed me to hang out with him all summer. We became best friends. It kept my mind off of this darkness and allowed me to be happy again. That didn't last long either. In my 7th grade year, on October 7th, 2018, a hurricane came through my city and destroyed everything. This caused my best friend to move to Jacksonville. I never got to see him again. After the hurricane, my family didn't get power for weeks, and honestly, I enjoyed it. I got to go outside and actually look up and see all these beautiful stars that I couldn't see before because of light pollution. As I looked at them with astonishment, I soon started to find myself thinking about death again. Was death like an empty void full of nothingness? Or does it just end? I couldn't tell which one I was more scared of. By then, end of 7th grade year, I made more friends and 2 of them became my best friends. They're twin brothers, fraternal. I honestly don't know where I'd be without them. In 8th grade year, I felt more alive than ever. I had friends, I was happy, and I was having fun. I honestly stopped thinking about death for a while. That quickly ended. On September 13th, 2019, in my sleep, my appendix bursted and caused an cyst which was absolutely painful. My mom thought I was faking it, but I felt like I was dying. She made me go to school that day. It wasn't fun. The entire day I felt like I was going to die any second because of the pain. It hurt so much, and all I could think about was what happens next. I was terrified. After 2 days of not being able to keep food down and being in pain, my mom finally took me to the doctors where they told my mom to talk me to the ER. After getting to ER, I got to lay on a cold bed with no blanket, no clothes other than a gown. I felt like I was dying. I just wanted to sleep. I sat in the ER for another 3 hours for a room to open up. While laying on the cold bed, I couldn't help but wonder if this is what death was like, dark, cold, terrifying. In reality, I just wanted my mom to know I loved her, but I was in so much pain to say anything. After I got my room, I got to go into surgery. Going into the operating room, I was scared because I wanted to wake up again. I didn't want to die, and that might sound selfish, and it is. After getting the surgery, I found out that if I waited another day, then I would have died. Apparently, when your appendix burst, they can cause an infection called peritonitis, which is pretty bad. In the next few days, laying in the hospital bed with no family there, I got pretty sad. They had to work but came when they could, I understood. It was scary finding out that death was knocking at the door.